Clap it.
It's 2-2-2.
All right. Question number 1. You freestyle?
Hey, I got one song. If you put on the right beat, it's an old school beat that rappers delight.
Say less. Shit. I don't know if I could do that over here though. Copyright.
For 1 hot minute, or y'all can just have some clapping. DJ.
We're gonna have to take freestyle submissions like for beats before they come. So we have the beat ready.
Honestly, the way that things are moving, I might have to do one even better. I'm about to have like multiple songs going. So like I'll go ahead and drop a little something just to see how the audience even feel about it. So I've been working on a new intro. Yeah, shout out to the homie Lucius. I've been in the studio with Lucius working on some shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring more like a St. Louis type beat. So I'm trying to do like a sample of an old song, but the way that we've been doing it is a little plot twist to it. So I'm excited to see what's getting ready to happen with this. But shit, before we explain any further and we go any further, y'all already know it's a 2T3rpd podcast, and it's your boy Donovan, aka Mr. You knew what it was when you signed up. All right, y'all already know. We'll go ahead and let the homie over there. Let's see what you can do with this intro real quick. I'll let you introduce yourself.
See, I wasn't prepared for this. It's your boy, SLUMP Big Slump. Okay. Streamer, cannabis enthusiast, podcast, filmer.
Okay.
Yeah, we do a little bit of everything on this side.
Yeah. Damn, look at you. So that was good for on the spot.
We getting used to it, I guess. I'm
like
learning. I'm learning from the best.
Stop. I appreciate you. But y'all already know shit. We got a special guest in the building. So let me go ahead and do this intro real quick. So I had noticed you at Heavy Anchor before you had even talked to me. Cause you know it don't be a whole lot of black people there. So I looked, I was like, oh shit, I bet somebody else black up in here. So I was hyped because I was like, all right, I already know he gonna be funny. Cause I just the way that you was looking and it's just like you was sitting in the corner. So I always like, I've been going to Heavy Anchor for a year now. I might not have been like actually been, going up on stage and all that, but I've been peeping game. Cause a lot of the stuff that I like to do before I get into it is study. So it's more like, I'm seeing like, all right, who's good? Why are they good? Like, what is it about their style? Stuff like that. Who are the people that, really take this serious? Like, what is it that they doing before the show that they like getting in their zone? Like, what is it they actually preparing? Like, you see some people over there, in the corner just like getting their stuff mentally prepared. Some people, they just talking the whole time, hanging, doing their thing. And so when I saw you just over there in the corner working on your set. And so I was like, all right, you gotta be one of them ones. So then the next time I saw you, you actually came over to me and you started talking to me, and I was like, homie, cool as fuck. And so you told me about how you knew about the podcast and all of that. So I was able to watch one of your sets, and dude really do something. He got some jokes.
I appreciate that, man.
Hell yeah. But you already know he got more than jokes, and we about to find out today. So let me go ahead and make this introduction rounded up real quick and give it up for the homie, Justin Hudson. Damn. There we go. Hey, man. Damn. How I dropped the ball like that, man? Damn.
Because you was a comedian.
Certainly made me laugh.
Always fuck up. That's our job.
Yo, I gotta leave that mug right there too. I don't know. I've been thinking about like putting never mind. I've been thinking about letting the audience like do a double one, but I don't know what the fuck. Y'all know this shit is fake. I've been thinking about putting another button and like just doing a double applause on the second one too, so I don't fuck this shit up. But fuck it, it's kind of funny when I do fuck it up. So I'm gonna leave that shit.
I didn't know today was a comedy special.
I didn't either. Shit, I just started talking, man.
I mean, we are talking with two comedians, so.
Hey, every day is a special to me.
Hey, nah, this the real comedian over here, yo. For real. This dude got all types of shit going on.
Yeah, man. It's Justin motherfucking Hudson in the building. having a lot of stuff going on. You probably heard my name running across the Midwest City podcast. Being at Wing It Wednesday, shout out to Too Much Sauce too. And started my We JOAN. That's what we've been looking for all day and every day. Man, commented on Facebook. Here it is, and there you have it. June the 29th. We about to have content. We're not going live. We're going to clip it up until you see what we doing. Format going to be just like it is outside when you see niggas jumping on each other in a circle. Be like, ooh, ooh, ooh. That's exactly how we doing it. And not just that, we have some more in storage. Versatile. Very versatile. We're going to do a lot of stuff that you think is common, but it's not. It's just us.
Hell yeah, that's right. Shit, and y'all already know it's about to be some loose shit because it's already in the name. Shit, We JOAN.
Yeah, it's no disrespect to other people that create that stuff. It just I want to do it with St. Louis comedians and funny people is because we're versatile. We're very versatile. We learn to the point we're intelligent, and we can show our hood, our black and stuff. And not only just studying in St. Louis, we travel out of St. Louis and come right back to St. Louis and bring what we learned. That's how creative we are. And that's why we in the middle, I think. Because the sun rises up to the middle and shine on us.
Oh, shit. That's a bar right there. Hold on. Shit. You drop a bomb for that one. I didn't even expect that one coming. Okay, I see you. Shit. But y'all already know we about to get more into it. Let's get started with the origins first, though. I'm gonna get started with your comedy origins. So let's get started to shit way back when you was young. So did you like realize like back then that you was funny like in school and all of that?
What's crazy is I was just talking to my homeboy about it yesterday. He do comedy too, and it was a God's calling. What he was basically telling me. I've been told this since I was 12 or 10 years old. You should get on stage, even not by people but by my parents first and then other friends, because it's just a form of expressing myself every time. And they were just like, man, you should get a comedy. It was just always God calling. 16 all through any school, it was just God's calling. And I don't know, during that time, I wasn't thinking as me being funny. I knew what people was laughing at, but I just wanted people to understand first.
That makes sense. I like that. So, like, in school, was you more like the quiet kid, or was you always just like...
I'm all in one. You may have some days be like, why that nigga quiet? Or you may have some days like, this nigga crazy. It's just like I'm observing a lot. Like you may see me as the crowd, or you may see me as the artist. I'm observing. I'm still living life. I'm gonna say slow. I'm gonna live life day by day. Cause I'm young, and you want to remember everything you did when you was young, day by day, the time and all it. Cause you only live once being young. I ain't gonna say you only live once. You only live once being young.
That's a fact. But I also feel like just because you get older don't mean you can't have fun. Especially depending on how you decide to like live your life. So like me personally, like I decided that I really want to dedicate my life to being an entertainer. So I kind of looked at it as like, you know, I got a wife, but as far as us having kids and stuff like that, we already said we didn't want to do that because a lot of the stuff that I want to do, like, shit, I'm trying to be out here for real. Exactly. So it's like, you know, I can't really be there for my family and stuff like that. Or like what I would want to have as like having kids and all that stuff, I wouldn't be there the way that I want to be. So I look at it as like, that's why I got to go the hardest with this entertainment thing so I can really like.
Well, I can say it like this. Risk, survival, whatever choice, at the end of the day, you work it out and the less excuse will just go away. Like, if you just not gonna say you could just, hey, I'm gonna start this family right now after this good idea. But nah, it just, how you feel or what you want to create. It ain't even just the age. It's not even the time. Sometimes it's just like come out of nowhere. You just work through it and stuff. Like I never think family would be a bad thing because I'm going through like things going on. I will always try to work things out because you don't want to go against nature. Yeah. Not as the female, but I'm talking about as nature around you and stuff. So the child, and I wouldn't mind having one, me personally. I wouldn't mind having a lot because I guess I'm programmed and seeing these family movies like they be having fun all in one and stuff. Yeah, I guess sometimes it just what you choose to be in life. Family, yeah, I understand. It's a big risk, but if it happened. I'm telling you, it just don't even matter about the excuses anymore. Oh yeah, I ain't dipping. I ain't saying that. I ain't finna be no deadbeat. I'm just saying. No, it's not niggas even. Do that shit. It's not even that. It's the part of like learning from other homeboys, even my homeboys that's having children at this age of mine or a little younger, that they straight having fun with their children. Like that's just life. Like they having fun with the children. They watching old stuff they used to watch with them. Even they had to take them apart. And you know why I think that's not a bad thing, especially as a comedian? You have so many jokes now. You have so many unlimited jokes now. That's true. You still have unlimited jokes. Even if it's not a joke or if it's not funny, you still made it into a joke. You still have a story to tell. You still have so much stuff. And it will have you in circles. But I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of other stuff you have you in circles. Children is not what they... The bills is one thing. Shit, that's a fit act. That's a fit act. But shit, the more children you got, the more bills you got too, though. Shit. But I wouldn't even trip off the bills then. It's just whatever you could live and survive and have the life of joy. That's all we try to get to is the joy. The joy is the fruit of it all. If you ain't having no joy, you can be happy all you want. I ain't knocking that word down, happy. You can be happy, but it's a difference when you enjoy in life and you having joyful with it. For example, when you on comedy and doing stand-up, you're not always happy. Not happy, or even getting on stage, or even creating your happy. It's joy. Yeah. Because when you getting them laughs and you getting them unexpected laughs, you not even knowing this was coming up, and you start doing that, and that came out of nowhere and just ended so perfect. You feel joy. You feel that tingling inside, like you just did something, like you going to the next level. It's joy. It's not no happy. Happy is stuff like, hey man, I just got this. I just got that. I just got this. That's fine. But find out where it's going to lead the joy into it. Happy is a long way from being mad. And being mad is a long way from being happy. So when you find joy in the middle, you surviving. Great or well.
Damn. Smoke a blunt or two and he started talking the truth.
Yeah. I'm sure, like, let me
I think we might need one more drop.
What is it? Which one?
One more, the bomb.
Oh.
Yeah, he was dropping them. Shoot.
Right. Ooh, I was gonna make a joke. That was gonna go way. Nah. That ain't it.
We ain't too terp yet.
Nah, that's just that wasn't what to do. That wasn't what to do.
Nah, it's just, man, I only been a year in this comedy. And I only see comedy as open these like a snack.
Right.
Nah, that's why you buy more than one Dutch. Hopefully. Damn.
Them ones like them fruit snacks.
Oh God, y'all have a scissor, that'd be cool.
I mean, shit. That's all right, man. Growers, don't kill me. We about to do some shit that, you know.
Oh, they about to get on your head top right now.
I'm going to wash them. I'm a washer.
Oh no.
Oh, they cool. They understand.
Cannabis purposes.
And then on top of that, it's a cannabis. So growers, I hope y'all don't get offended by this. And especially, I hope y'all understand how these Dutches work. Either be still stuck, fresh pack.
So speak a little bit, I guess, to, we talked about, you know, a little bit of the comedic origins and stuff like that, but speak a little bit to the cannabis origins. So if you want to disclose, you know.
Well, I'm gonna get back to the comedy. What the cannabis is a good one. What about it though?
So like for you, when did you discover cannabis had a positive impact on your life?
Oh, so I'm Christopher Columbus now. He said discovered. Nah, I'm just like, I started smoking at 15, like the puff wise. Then when you get high, I started smoking at 16.
Okay.
Like really smoking back to back and stuff.
Okay. Got you.
What was the first time you smoked? What was the experience?
It was like, I ain't gonna fake it. It felt like you in heaven, like you cloud nine or something. Like, why is it moving slow? And then somebody playing with me, just like, zzz. I was like, what the fuck? And they were just trying to see my reaction. It was just peaceful. But when I really got high, it was just like, I guess I'm a video game point of view, because why is everything moving fast?
What was the story behind it?
The story behind it was, I guess, different weed. Real strong weed.
No, I'm saying, so like, set the scenario, bro. Like, what was y'all doing? Like, how y'all get like all of that?
So
Yeah,
I was
set the scene
basically
for
my
us.
freshman year smoking weed, and I was smoking with my friends that's way older than me. That's like, that you probably know, that graduated with you, and the people that graduated way before you is. I was hanging out with them people because we started playing basketball outside, street ball and stuff, going to that one basketball court. So they wanted, I was like, man, why y'all get gas and stuff? And that's when I wanted to start smoking more at 16. And they found the way to get the gas. And mind you, the first time I started smoking, that was one puff of some, like, you know, mid. I was a little high buzz. And then the second time I smoked. Not high. I smoked. I just smoked. That's all I did. I just kept on puffing like it was a cigarette. Then inhale it. And I got mad at my homeboy so bad. I was like, man, I didn't even get high, man. He was, and I see the next homeboy the other time, he's like, inhaling stuff. So when I inhale it, that was a whole, like, that's a whole different double high you take it right there. Like, you get, I understand when you get high, but when you get buzzed, that's the beginning. When you get high, you gotta inhale. I was like, oh, okay, so this is where you get your money worth.
Yo. Nah, for real though. It's like, that's one of them first times when you start smoking. You always, like you said, you smoking like a cigarette, so you always gotta like wait till you shit. Nah, it's like damn, I got high now. Damn.
Well, it's so many ways to explain it, bro, because like even when you talk about high journeys, like if you want to talk about double high, like smoking a blunt and then smoking a blunt an hour later and you still feel high, it's like you putting yourself on cloud nine just to be feeling like, I don't know if this is weed anymore.
I caught up with what I was getting ready to say. My fault. All right, so the first time I had got high, I got it off of a bong, but it had a dab in it. So like, I had to hit like, it was already like I cleared that motherfucker, so I was drunk too. So it was one of them like fun house highs where it's like, you know, where you see like everything look like you either fat or you tall and all that shit, like you in the mirrors. Legit, everything like everything started looking like that.
Oh, you was in a different plane, brother.
Oh yeah.
But far as natural weed, what I will take natural once a month, every other once a month, is some shrooms. Oh my God, like shrooms make me think it's like a 2.0 of weed. Like it's just like a 3D weed. But that's the only thing I would only take other than the drink. But the weed stuff is just like, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Sometimes I be like, man, I gotta stop smoking, but don't let it become you. Always be creative over it. Like I had days when like I ain't smoked at all, or I ain't really care, or shit, it just come out of nowhere. But I still had some creativities to do before smoking weed. Like always have your mind out there. Not all the time you have good creativity. Like I'm always high, so I get some good ideas being high. That's good, but it's really you just tapping into a muscle brain. Even if you high or not, you still tapping into that muscle brain.
I agree. Well, go ahead. I was gonna say a lot of the times before, like I do, so when I do improv and all that stuff, I won't drink or smoke before a performance. Cause like right now I'm trying to get to the point where it's like I really want to perfect my craft. So like if I can do it sober, then yeah, when I'm in my element and you know I'm drinking and smoking, then I could really kill shit. But right now, I'm really just focusing on getting my shit tight to where it's like, all right, I could do this and kill this sober, but like, shit, get to the element, then see where you go.
Yeah, that's working on your muscle, man. You working on that muscle, even like in a focused, confident way. I know it get hard sometimes. Like, dang, I feel like I gotta smoke, but you calming that nerve down. Like some ways you could calm your nerve down. Like I didn't want to open mic so many times when people would get drunk and high and they still feel the same way. Like some things you gonna have to work on. It's cool to get drunk and high, but you still gonna have to work on the nerve feeling and all it.
You're not wrong, cause the biggest thing is like you see a lot of the times. Damn, we getting on the PSA type shit, but it don't even matter. Like a lot of times, motherfuckers be like, you turn into an alcoholic trying to do this shit, and it's only because, like you said, you trying to work through the nerves, but you don't even realize, like, shit, you be drinking all the time, you be doing all this stuff. So like that was one of the things that I kind of realized when I was really starting to get in, like really doing this stuff. Like you got to be. I mean, yeah, we having the drinks right now, but still, I started to get a lot more kindness.
It's gonna really catch up when your profit hit. That's gonna really catch up. Like, well, should I buy the drink or should I just say, nah, I'm gonna buy the drink. I don't care about the profit. I need to get drunk on stage.
You already know.
But that lets you, not even the profit, but that lets you know where you gotta focus on your jokes. Yeah. You gotta really focus on your jokes. Yeah. And not talking about anybody. Talking about my damn self too. Yeah. Like I learned that because I'm still 1 year into it.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you about that. So I don't see a lot of young comedians, right? Like I rarely see comedians under the age of like a 32, 33. Maybe you'll see like maybe one comedian like 28, 29, but they've been pushed by different types of elements, blah, blah, blah. You don't really see a lot of young comedians on the up and coming, right? So for you, do you see a lot of people your age or our age doing comedy, number one? And number two, where do you feel like your comedy taps into? Like with your age, obviously we don't have, the most amount of stories to tell like a lot of these older comedians do. So where do you feel like your age works for you in terms of comedy?
That's a great question. The beginning, the first question, the age, that's a great one too, because a lot of white comedians is younger than me at 22 and 23, but that's still like, around the same age. But, when you're in your middle of the age, you know this is your prime for 5 years left until you're 30. But most of my comedian fellow friends in the game that are black is 30 and up that you asked. I don't have really not one person that's around my age besides probably 3 years older than me, but they ain't know you 2 years left into the 30s, so you getting ready for your knowledge of understanding in a whole pathway of that. Like you're understanding to the point, I can't do these in my 20s. I know I done fucked up a lot in my 20s, but I'm not gonna do the same fuck ups as I'm doing in my 30s because that was 20s. So it's like the book was handed to me. Not no big bad and stuff. It's like I'm seeing it. Like they giving me opportunities. They seeing something in me. Like I see different styles, and I can relate to them different styles too, because it's black. But I don't want to be that. Mm-hmm. I want to create my own. Mm-hmm. So I see certain stuff where they laugh at that to the point of comedy is not even comedy. Some people say comedy is drama. Yeah, it is something like that, because when like they see black people in like a form of expressing in a mad way or deep angry way, like, oh, you motherfucker, or I'm gonna talk. It just the form of how you sound, how you use the word, how you use your movement, how you look. It was just it's just how you have it all in one. Like, we are one of a kind. We are all in one. Mm. That's why we have so much talent, and I see it in me developing more talent, like learning other languages. That's one thing why we see ourselves as like number one in comedy. Number one in a lot of things, but number one in comedy with talking and showing the expression words and the voice of sounding like somebody else. And when you do it when you hear that person on radio, you be like, is that a black person or a white person? Mm-hmm. Because he has stretch of other words and he's a funny person. Mm-hmm. So it's like I'm really trying to learn slow to the point of I gotta take advantage of this. It's not a lot of people that's gonna live this type of life of doing comedy 25. And some of the people that's just 30s, they started a little younger than me, but they in their 30s, it's just like they still, it don't matter what age you started at. Mm-hmm. You gotta focus on where you're funny at. That's all that matters. Your funny is where your crowd is gonna bring it.
Okay.
That's why there's a lot of like bad people in comedy or not good, whatever, but who cares? That person only cares about they have their crowd, you're not their crowd, so that conversation's over. I don't care about them. They gonna still make their sales. You gotta make your sales.
That's true.
That's a fact. Yeah, one of the things that I feel like you have an advantage of, and why most people, young people, don't get into comedy, because one of the reasons why I never got into it is like one of the things I feel like is intimidating, because a lot of the success that you actually do see is with an older comedian. Usually, like, it takes years to even get started with this shit. So you don't look at it from the fact of like, I can start when I'm young. You look at it from the fact of, well, these dudes didn't start popping until this age or this age, so you kind of feel like you got some time to get into it. So you really took an advantage of starting young and getting into it now.
I take it advantage as that. What's that saying says? The person that comes first is last, and the person that comes last is always first. So there's no show off to it. It's people had their times. Now it's your time. Yep. Show off your time, no matter what age. Like, I'm not gonna just trip off my age. I'm trip off of my funny at the end of the day.
Yep.
I try to make I want to make my funny timeless. Mm-hmm. I want to make my own lifestyle timeless for myself. Yep. And to pass it on for everybody that can live that type of life, or their own, not mine, their own. Mm-hmm.
What's up? Oh, 5 minutes? Damn, that was quick. Damn. I feel like we ain't even been talking that long. Wow.
That's what good conversation does.
It ain't 5 minutes left. It's like 5 minutes till break. We got to do like a camera break.
I understand that.
Okay. Yeah, damn. Damn, we been kicking it. Okay, let me try to figure out a little 5-minute thing real quick that we can do. Shit. Yeah. What was your first open mic like?
Ooh, the first open mic was getting drunk and getting high and staying in the element of what. In that time before I got into open mic, like the hour before signing up, I was studying like what I want to say on stage, and I had to learn that 4 minutes on stage is like you gotta chop it up, get to the joke. It's not more explaining, and focus on that thing. And they want you to be you. Like the first thing they laughed at was when I was like, I'm gonna talk about the 7 cuss words that you can't say in America, but I can't finish all of them because I only got 4 minutes. And that's why they started laughing, because I've seen that not as a joke, but that's reality versus the negative and positive, trying to combine it together of like, I only got 4 minutes. Let me go on and do this out the way. And the face I was making too, because I was just like, I only got 4 minutes, like, and they was laughing because they know about it. And that's what I learned, and I bombed, but I see some laughs a little, but I still see where I could always work on stuff. And I don't know why people be nowadays be like trying to get me 10 minutes and 12 minutes on stage, trying to change the room, and week and Wednesday. I be giving they laughs, but I'm like, nigga,
cause you putting in the work.
I mean, yeah.
That's the one thing. Like St. Louis comedy, not like I said, I've only been, I've been following it for a year. I'm not gonna say I've been doing it, because I only did it actually been on stage a couple times. So
I've been a year, but
studying.
I've still been like going it.
Yeah, you've been going to consistently to open mics.
Trying to do it consistently.
See, I did only 4 open mics so far within the year, but I go to the open mics. I just haven't gone on stage.
I'm way over. Let's say like 30 stages time getting on the stage, like over 30 times. I'm way over like now 30.
That's hard. See, like I'm trying to get in that mindset. So okay, after that first one, how long did it take for you to go back and do it?
I wanted to do it again.
So did you go the next night, or?
I found other open mics to go to, and I did my research, started going to other open mics, even ones that was tough crowds. One at Top Shelf, I didn't get no laughs, and that was the first black crowd I did.
See,
and that would give you a whole lot of confidence.
That's when you know you funny.
At.
Yep.
And it's not just saying know where you're funny, but really know what you need to work on. It's not just, that's what it comes down to. It's not just funny. Like, funny, some people think it's like, hey, let me tell you a joke. No, sometimes funny is like, bitch, why you didn't take out the trash? You're like, what? Why you didn't take out the trash? Like, it brings all art. Sometimes people look at it as all arguments, but it's a moment.
Yeah.
It's just a moment of time of seeing something.
Yeah, it's like making an observation of reality, but being able to like really just look at how crazy or something in the moment. Like, we'll be in the moment of some shit, but then when you look back on something, you can find the humor in it. And I feel like that's all that comedy is a lot of the times. It's like finding the real moments that you see in real time, but being able to reflect on it and being able to find like, okay, where was this really like? Once you look, I don't know.
And think about this.
Yeah.
Think about when you take shrooms. Why you think it makes you laugh so much? Because you're viewing, you're observing stuff to, and it's not just and for the people that don't like shrooms or don't take any substance, it's just an example of what you do outside of it, of a closer view. So it's like basically when you observe something, like when I was on it and my homeboy was trying to get some charge out of a mini market store, and he got the wrong box piece, and the cashier said out of nowhere, just like, no, this is the one you was supposed to get. And I just laughed out of nowhere because his face expression, and he a Arabian, and that's why I laughed, because it was just his face expression, and then I knew what my homeboy was gonna do when I went outside and just bust out laughing, just like, oh my God, like I was in tears too. And then I got in the car, he was like, oh, ugly ass, do I know what charge you talking about? And I was already laughing too. It made a double laugh on top of it, because I already read what my homeboy was thinking, because I know my homeboy. But the unexpected thing to laugh at was how the cashier behind the counter was just like, no, that's not the right charge. This is the right charger. I was like, bruh, no way you just did that to my homeboy. But I already know what my homeboy gonna do. Like a smart ass mouth, you know.
He about to go fire.
So yeah, it's just with comedy, it's unexpected stuff and stuff that you already know that's funny, but it's still funny to this day. That's why it's a lot of jokes that's not really new, but some people will have something new behind it because they have their personal life with it. Every joke is like probably written now that people say nowadays, but what's new into it is your personal life that's different. That's why other people can say new stuff in different cultures.
Yeah. Hell yeah. But my bad, bro. We gotta go ahead and do this camera break real quick. But y'all already know we about to take a brief break. Soon we about to have like commercials and shit like that. That's what we about to do next level, y'all. Shit, but yeah, you already know. Break time. Clap. Oh shit. Alright, and we back. Okay. So before we left off, we were kind of talking about a little bit about comedy and what it takes to do it. But I want to go a little bit further into your origins and your story. I know we touched on it a little bit earlier, but I kind of want to go into the deeper part of it. Like, what really got you passionate about comedy? What, after that first open mic, like, what was the whole process up to now to really to get to We JOAN? Like, what was the whole story and origin of your comedy experience?
The whole story of my comedy experience was, ever since I was born, I always see a lot of stuff funny. And just seeing it around me before I even got on stage, that's what the passion came from. Like, having your view into it and like, bro, I could do that. I feel like I could do it. And just learning it with other people, of making them laugh and seeing what's funny when you little. And sometimes you may not remember that, but you're just doing it for fun when you little. And that's why I kept on doing when I was little, and kept on doing it ever since I kept on getting older and older.
It's like, was you a prankster, or was you more like you just always be talking shit?
I say more like, I say goofy and jokey. Okay. Like the active movement. Like I say, for example, of the Wayans being strong funny, like it won't be the words. Sometimes it be the way how they look and the way how they run around. Like the funniest acting sometimes, and having a strong story with it, because you get be sucking, not having no funny with it.
Yeah.
So it's like working to it. And the passion of comedy period before stand up was like, it's crazy making funny videos, you know, making skits before skits was on TikTok and uploading on Facebook and YouTube. Yep. Just me and my cousin making skits of our own before we even thought about internet. We just have like galleries and look back at our videos like, bro, you remember this day? Well, we acting like Call of Duty, be like, sniper, and then I just show the camera and then say, and then he act like he dead on the ground crawling. So it was just skits our own imagination, just creating. And our parents was always telling us like that, saying like Emmanuel Hudson or other people that blown up off the internet, saying, oh, that could have been y'all and this and that. But me, we got older and stuff, and you never know, paths grow older and separate for a minute. And we are cousins, we close cousins, but we ain't like, you know, live in the same house type stuff to, you know, keep them going further. But we stayed, like, you know, all the times with each other. But yeah, the origin was just, comedy was just all around. Even when you get out of comedy, you know, even when you see drama movies and this, some things was gonna be funny, but it's just a muscle brain right there. That's just that small funny part. I ain't gonna go outside of that. It just, I see, okay, that's where the funny is, the unpredictable funny stuff.
Damn, you're right. It is like, I'm learning that with improv a lot. It's not necessarily what you say. It's a lot about how you say it and your emotions. So that's one of the main things that they teach us in improv is to emote. Like, he's really strong with emotions. Whether it be mad, sad, happy, or afraid, you know, be strong in that. Because that's where a lot of it does come from, is the emotion.
And the funny comes from, like, details into details. Like,
exactly.
You know how you could explain it, like, multiple ways. Like, the funny is in the tone, the funny is in how you say it, the funny is the movement, the funny is how you look, the funny is how you entertain the crowd, the funny is where the joke coming from, the story, the interest, and the grabbing, and all that, the energy and stuff. It just, you see how when you explain that stuff, it's just details and details. And you just have to keep up with yourself when you see your own self relative with it.
Yeah. That's true. I think that's kind of where, like, I'm trying to find my shit at. It's like the first one that I did, it was a lot about myself, but it was like about just being married and stuff like that. And I don't want to necessarily typecast myself or anything like that. It's more so just trying to get it to the point where it's like, I want to touch on that, but I also want to touch on a multitude of things. It's like, you know, I look at like how I really want to do comedy is not the way that I should do it just yet. With comedy, I feel like you gotta be cool with like working on a strong set and working on that for like damn near like months. Whereas with improv, you work on something that day and then you let it go. And then literally you work on something else completely different. It might even be in the next scene, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta be able to really commit to something when it comes to stand up. That's where like I feel like that's where it takes discipline. Like to really be a good stand up comedian, you really have to be disciplined. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like the most disciplined people, some of the most disciplined people, I ain't gonna say like all people are disciplined, but like some of the most disciplined people are stand up comedians, whether people know it or not. It's a whole regimen that comes to this shit. Whether it's like just even going to like, hell, you might sit up in an open mic for 4 hours just to go up there for 4 minutes. And you gotta really be committed to doing that every fucking week. Shit, really multiple times a week. If you're really doing it the way that you're supposed to be doing it. So it's like, you gotta really have, and you really not gonna, for the most part, you're gonna do it for free for years. Shit. So it's like, you know, you really got to be committed to just going through the process. And most people aren't disciplined enough to go through the process. You really can't cheat this shit. Because even when you get to certain levels, like, you can peak right there. And then when you fall off, it's going to hurt even worse because you didn't go through the work to really build that shit. And now you got to go through that process all over again. But so they already know who the fuck you are. Hey, man, that shit hurt.
You ain't lying.
So, yeah, that's like, if anything, that's why I kind of like gave it a break for a second, because it's like I want to have the commitment to do every fucking night. Like if you're gonna do stand up, that's what it really takes. And I'm trying to get to a point where I'm financially stable enough to where I can do the podcast. You know, I can do improv, but I also have the time to commit to doing late nights and all that and going out every night. To really be able to put in the work to do that for real.
And I would say that would be an advantage of being young in the space, you know, for you, Justin, specifically, is, you know, being 24, 25, 26 years old. It's like you have the time, you have the energy. Those are the two resources you need when it comes to being able to stay out late, get to these comedy clubs, get to these shows. I mean, I'm not in the space, but that's some of the conclusions that I can come to is being a young person, you know, You and me, we can relate to this. We got the energy. We got the time. Now is the time to be going out and getting it. You know, when you get older, you have a family, you got kids. You can't be really doing that. You know what I'm saying? So this is the time for you, and I know you can speak on this. This is the time where you're getting it, right? Like, you out there, you doing the rounds.
Yeah, I got to take advantage of it because you don't never know when it's over. And people, you'll never know who's watching.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I shout out to Black Charles, Wing It Wednesday, Too Much Sauce for letting me host tonight for the first time and trying to get the feel of hosting for other stuff I'm having coming up for comedy and having a feeling of the stage and other people believing in me and just making me even more stronger. Not that they believe in me, but I'm always going to try to believe in myself. Not even try, I'm going to, regardless. It's just going to be what it is. Whether if people like it or not, I'm going to go back in the lab, like some Jimmy Neutron stuff, and study what's wrong. Let's fix this funny.
I fuck with that. Heavy, bro. Hey, man, congrats on that too, man. That ain't no small feat hosting a open mic, man. That's huge.
Co-hosting. Let me clean it up. I was a little high right now. This host, I'll shout you out first, Black Charles. I correct it too.
Nah, you good. I get it.
Yeah, but it's still hard
no
work.
smoke.
Still hard work though, because it's giving you more time to like, you know, what you want to say and learn new jokes and stuff. Like, yeah, like when I was at Heavy Anchor, I learned some stuff and I learned other stuff while I cleaned up. Like, like comedy is very interesting. Any more other questions? Like, shit, I got more answers.
So I want to hear your top 3 GOAT comedians.
Oh, that's a hard one, man. Because I didn't study a lot of people I put notes in my phones, like real notes of who's funny and this and that, black, white, all that type of stuff all the time. But that's a lot. Like, I could say a lot of black ones too. But how you gonna put it? Like,
okay,
you saying GOAT, active GOATs?
Let me put it to you this way. So you are headlining your own you're headlining your first comedy show.
Okay, so you saying active right now? People that's active?
No, dead or alive.
Oh, okay, so I could do that.
So I'm about to give you the scenario.
You said 3? I can give you that.
Okay. Oh, okay. By all means, go ahead. Go ahead.
Dang, cause I like Dirty, but then now I still stay into it. Okay, first one is really Eddie Griffin.
That's a strong choice. I can
out the rage. Eddie Griffin. The second one.
Yeah, you from Kansas City.
Hey man, I ain't gonna fake. I'm gonna have to pick 5 probably. It's just
go ahead.
Or you probably gonna have to hear GOATs that I pay attention to.
By all means,
okay, Eddie Griffin, Dave Chappelle. You know,
of course.
Okay, yeah, you know Dave
That's
Chappelle.
one of mine.
Chris Rock too.
Yeah.
Who else was it? And then let's say some people that's dead. R.I.P. Paul Mooney.
Yeah.
Robin Harris, Bernie Mac, Richard Pryor, and you know Martin Lawrence, the old Martin Lawrence. Oh, the old Martin Lawrence. Woo. Crazy. You know the whole Wayans family, the main star Damon Wayans, and the rest of them.
Who? Donovan Face said you might have to speak on that.
The main star, the MJ, I meant.
Who?
The MJ.
You said was who?
But Damon Wayans, that's the MJ. I didn't say the creator of the NBA.
Okay.
I said the star of the NBA.
All right.
The creator of the NBA of the Wayans is Keenan Wayans.
Right.
That's the creator, but the star to bring the act and all that a little more was Damon Wayans, because that's how you could tell the difference between him and Keenan. Keenan brought his acting like more out of movement when he did movies. Like his comedy was more like, you know, stand up of like talking and telling the jokes, which was funny. But Damon's was like, you know, moving around. That's why you have his little brother Marlon be 10 times movable and wild and stuff. But yeah, even back on track, Red Fox, like who? Like I'll go. Even let's say other
St.
people,
Louis.
Rodney Dangerfield. I will go with who? Not even Rodney Dangerfield. It was some other white person. It's a lot of other white people too. I just go with it like that. A lot of other white people. George Carlin, that's one of them. Robin Williams, I will go with one of them. Mexican George Lopez, I will go with it too. Even I study a lot of them. Like, it's more than just saying top 3 and top 10. Like, comedians is damn near stronger than saying top 10 basketball players or top 10 100s, anything. Like, I could say active comedians that's top 5 or top 3, or even if they active, it's hard to even say top 3 because people like Corey Holcomb, but I could pick some people that's like, you know, I feel like top 3 more than Corey Holcomb because it's in between stuff. That's what's make a comedian better. To wrap this up, is the topic, like the difference between, and not knocking them out and trying to compare them, but the difference between Corey Holcomb and Eddie Griffin. They could talk about women and all that, but one person can move on to a different joke quicker to a different topic than other than women, and that's Eddie Griffin. Like, he'll talk about women and this and that, but he'll move on to the next topic, make you think like, damn, I feel like I was in a conspiracy talk or something. Like, this is so true, but like, this is your own thoughts. But yeah, that's what I was talking about. Basically, like, I could give my top 3 would be different every day. Every day.
That makes sense. Damn. My bad. I was listening to you talk. One person that I noticed that you didn't say. You don't like Kevin Hart?
I can say Kevin Hart is, and then on top of that, I can put top 3. I can put top 10 or top 20s in. Is we talking about decades? Because the first top person I would say going first is Dick Gregory. Like, I'm going a decade, or the Dick Gregory, Red Fox, Richard Pryor. Like, I'll go a decade, or just like you understanding the comedy and other people that came up with them and stuff. Like, that's why I ain't no knocking down for Kevin Hart. I like Kevin Hart. It's like, people may not see he's funny and it's get a little old, but that's not stopping me with seeing what made me laugh from him.
I think he's a whole entertainer, and that's kind of like, you know, when I think of comedy, I don't want to just do stand up. I want to be an overall entertainer.
Well, what that is just you're focused on your art and more the business side. It's like you're moving yourself around, and it's not necessarily to say like, oh, I'm moving around, but you do have to study the business side because you're in a different like zone range. Like, you'll say actors is way different from I guess they'll say celebrities. Like, actors and celebrities are way different from each other because it's a swag, perfection, show off type stuff. It's the business side of it. It's more than sometimes business, like people who you know. And that's why I was like, sometimes, yeah, with the entertainment, it's good to go there, but that's why I slowed down and focused on comedy first before I like want to ease into the acting, because I know I'm a good actor. I know I can act. I know I can act because how I can fit myself in it. Not want to be or see if it fit me or listen to people, but I just want to focus on comedy, like see what people seeing the funny and keep on learning, like just to learn and not try to move too fast.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you gotta like, but it's also too for me, I learned like you gotta have multiple you have multiple things going because they're all
Strategy.
going to end up combining. So like I do the podcast originally because that's my advertisement agency, and that's also a way to connect with people and network. So not only it's like when I overall started podcasting, it wasn't supposed to just be about cannabis. That was supposed to be just one of the things that I did. And it ended up what it was like I had a whole podcast before Too T3rpd, and it was with two of my homies. They like OGs, so they was like in their 40s and I was in my mid 20s, and we was all from the north side. And so one of them was a rapper and the other one was his manager, but they were twins. And so we just used to talk about like our perspective of the world from, you know,
and that's good to see it
exactly
that way.
Yeah, and like, you know, we had a difference of how we wanted to see the end goal of it. I kind of took it more like I'm really trying to take this like serious and really trying to make this my profession, and they was like, you know, we just trying to support you and, you know, help you move into the direction that you want to move into. So that's when I started doing the Too T3rpd and like, you know, trying to do the cannabis thing. And it really was just me trying to get free weed to start out with. And then it just turned into this. Yeah. I swear to God, that's all this podcast was us just trying to get free weed, bro.
It is to see some type of sponsorship to get you with somebody and their stuff to carry on. Like that's a strong like choice for them to take a sponsorship with him, to think like that and be like, oh, that's a upcoming young person. So if we put ours in it, we could put our long chips in the long run to not only see our money but his own brand growing, that we see something in him.
To me, it's bigger than money because you gotta be willing to do this just because, like what you said earlier, it's the joy and it's the love. Like, shit, I don't really get paid off of this like that yet, so it's like, you know, okay, bet. And so it's more so like this is all about the passion because I see the bigger picture of it all. Like I see if I start doing this, that's what led me to doing improv, which was what led me to start finally eventually trying to work up my way to doing stand-up. So it's like it's all a process for me because all these things end up combining and making the whole totality of what it is that I actually want to do.
Any other questions? I'm sure, like,
Yeah, we got
I know
5 minutes left.
I'm sure, like, I can answer them short because I know it's some more interesting questions though.
Yeah, for sure. We usually we usually do like the, you know, our usual wrap up. What is it? Top 5 that are alive. If you were to do a smoke session, who would it be?
Top 5 dead or alive smoke session. Damn, that's shit. I probably don't even want to smoke with none of these people because I'm sure, like, I ain't never heard of that. But dead or alive. Dang. Shoot, I like to smoke with Eddie Griffin.
Okay.
I'm gonna just put it like this: a lot of funny people. Anybody you think that's funny, that's comedy and stuff like we'll know to say that. I just at a point in my life, I'm just answering to people that come out of nowhere to me. Like, I don't care about that. Like, I want to meet that person on TV. I want to meet that person. If I see him, I see him. The first person I seen as a comedian, official comedian that was in Def Jam too, is Kenny House. Like, when I met him in person, I seen his stand up before I met him and stuff, but I didn't notice that until people started saying that, and I was going to do comedy, and that was an open mic too. I didn't know that was a showcase the first time I was doing that with him. And he was teaching me game, and he gave me his number and all that. So it was like, whoever comes to me in the spirit way, that's who I want to hang out with and smoke with. Like, I don't care about that other people and stuff. Like, the only reason why I say that is 9 times out of 10, when you meet your favorite hero, is going to be crushing. Because they may have an off day and they may not want to talk to you. You like, that's my asshole, or this. I just want to meet the people that's come in spirit.
I like that. Nah, I fuck with that. Okay. He said you got to wrap up. I got one last question. And this is the best one because it's going to lead into the closeout. All right. So, explain to the people how We JOAN got created.
Oh, yeah.
Give it like how, you know, give it all of that. And then you already know, go ahead and wrap it up.
Man, We JOAN, was created as like every black person that was going through the joning process and even joning theyself. But overall, as a comedian style and funny person style, it was just always black. When we versatile, we stand in circle, when we things over like party and stuff, and we just like, all right, about to get this joning, I guess, and everybody just start joning each other. Even if you quiet, you gotta have something to say. Even as a new comedian, that's how I came in, and how I knew I had it something was when one the first other comedians, Rob T, got on me, and I told him give it up for the DC Young Flyer if he was 50 years old, and he bugged out laughing. He was like, get you some, because he knew I was a new upcoming. It was just like, we testing people. That's what black people do. We test people like to see the funny and stuff, and that's why I like it's just versatile with other people, not just black, just other people in our zone and stuff. Like, just show me what you got. Like, our stuff is like a debate. Go back and forth, going back and forth. You gotta have something to say. If it didn't work, go woo. But yeah, it's just very versatile, and joning is like a 2-point faster level of comedy itself. It's like you have to get to a punchline fast, or even sometimes the fast is just too fast. You have to slow it down, or it had to be something like, damn, imagine and thoughtful. It's just very creative, positive, negative together. It's very versatile. It's like all around things.
Hell yeah, I like that.
Like, it make you think into a point like, I was joking, but dang, that was very creative. Like, it was every creative. Like, somebody was, I can't get this out of my mind. Somebody was saying to a short dude that's in his probably 30s or 40s wearing a do-rag and a hat, and he said he looked like Cole from Martin. That had me weak. And then he had another creative joke. He said, you look like a albino apple. I said, what? How you combine, like, combining words, the wordplay is okay. I can put joning as it's insulting, but it's like that's where rap came from. That's where these battle raps came from. Like, the joning part, like some of these joning sound like rhyming. Some of these joning is just the punchline sound like it's a rhyme or catchphrase, or it's just catchy, or it's just very lyrical. Like, it's just, we put our thoughts into it. We watch TV, we do this every day, we see that happen every day, and we try to put it as a joke way. No matter how it is, we try to make it land. Like, I think joning would make you better. I ain't gonna say to every comedian it'll make you better, but I think it'll make you understanding your jokes and make you understanding where you good at, and not just joning, but get to your jokes and stuff too. Where it don't have to always be joning too, but it's a joke though.
I fuck with that. I like that. All right, so we already know we gotta get you up out of here so you can get to your first hosting gig. Co-host, my bad. I ain't trying, like I said, I ain't trying to get the smoke on you already. So let me go ahead and clear that up. But go ahead and let them know your socials, bro.
But yeah, you can follow me on Instagram, Justin X Hudson, and Justin Hudson on all the other platforms. And the bigger platforms that we doing is for my homeboys, they Midwest City Podcast. Shout out to them.
Shout out.
Me being behind the cameras helping them, and they starting this We JOAN helping me, and shout out to them putting it together. But you can follow them on that, what I just said, Midwest City Podcast, and you can follow my We JOAN, WeJoan, and you know, Joan short for joking on a nigga. We joking on a nigga. That's what it's short for.
Wait, no. Don't make me question my blackness right now. Are you for real?
Yeah. Joking on it.
Nah, you.
That's why we have it short. That's why you ever think why it's called Joan. It's not the JON all the time. It's the JOAN. Joan.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I think I got to sit with this one for a little bit.
You can look it up too. It's all on the internet and stuff. It's comedians of them say it's 90s talk too, or way before that, but that's what it was short for me creating it. We JOAN, we joking on a nigga. So this the platform and stuff. It's like, or you could put it as we joking on niggas. We joking on a nigga, or like if you spell Joan as JON, still the same. Joking on niggas. It's the same thing. It's still the same thing.
You know, there's an ecosystem going on right now. And like, I'm going to talk about it off air. Because there's some funny shit that's happening right now. I'll try to be a part of both, honestly. I kind of like, I feel like I'll be more comfortable on this side of the of the universe. But, you know, I'm going to figure out how to combine them both. But yeah, we go. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. So
but yeah, you can follow us on that platform, and the clips will be coming June 29th. And yeah, it's going to be big. It's like the next thing to get black people in their element of like, I don't roast. I don't. Well, I got something for you. It's alright.
Yeah, go ahead and that like that, cause I already know. All right, go ahead and say yours.
All right, you can follow me SLUM 3Ps1D_out.
You already know, and y'all already know. Follow the homie T3rpd. I've been talking to the homie. He'll definitely he gonna pop up soon, y'all. Don't worry, he gonna be popping up soon. But you already know. Follow T3rpd always. Shout out to the homie. Make sure y'all follow Too T3rpd on social media, on all socials. Too T3rpd on all socials. Then check out our YouTube. You already know them videos coming in hot. We've been keeping this video work consistent. Shout out to Slumpppd for all the reels, all the video, all the edits, everything. He out here putting in work. And y'all already know, hit up that hotline with the voicemails and text, 314-399-9711. And don't forget to follow me, Donovan2408, on all social media platforms. Bye. But y'all already know, shit, it's been a good one right here, yo. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, man.
You already know.
And I'm Justin motherfucking Hudson. Remember that.
Hell yeah. Y'all see as we starting to go into this wider direction of entertainment, not only with the cannabis, but we mixing it all in. Hey man, you already see we starting off hot this week. We got another one next week, so look forward to it. We look forward to seeing y'all again next week. Peace.
It's Too T3rpd.